Hey guys, Finn's Graphics here, and welcome to my review and unboxing of Wacom's new Cintiq 13HD. Alright, so first things first, here's the device itself. We're just going to put that to the side and get into the box. Here is the stand that comes with it, so we also put that to the side and pull out this piece of cardboard here, and the next piece, and open here, and you see you have the pen holder, the pen case, and of course your cables over here on the right. So yeah, let's get into the pen holder here. Kind of screws together there, and the pen case, get off the plastic, and let's open this thing up. And inside you have the pen and a bunch of other paraphernalia stuffy stuff. So it's pretty interesting. Here's the pen, kind of a good look at it. It's very, very nice. And last but not least, the cable, which does have the HDMI port on the end, which is super exciting. No more clunky DVI. Woohoo! Alright, so now that we got this thing unboxed, let's go into the review. I'm going to show some hardware stuff first, and then we'll kind of go into a comparison between it and its predecessor, the 12WX. Alright, so first off, Wacom has vastly improved the power supply. If you remember back to the 12WX, you had that giant conversion box with like 5 or 6 cables coming out of it, which was very annoying and cumbersome. Well, they've done with that completely, and now you've just got one cable that kind of branches out into all of your connections. But on the Cintiq side, you've got sort of an Apple-like 30-pin connector that just plugs into the side. You've got nice 2 buttons to release it. It is very, very easy and quick. And on the other side, you've got 3 cables. You've got your HDMI cable to plug into your computer, your USB cable for the actual functionality of the device, and of course your power supply. And this is a huge improvement in my opinion, and it makes it a lot easier to just kind of move around on your desk. So that is really nice. I guess we'll move on next into the buttons. There is a whole bunch more buttons on this one than there was on the 12WX, which is really nice. You've now got a nice rocker in the middle, and then 2 buttons on the top and 2 buttons on the bottom, and these are all customizable. They have some defaults that are quite nice, but you can customize them however you want, change them to your Photoshop hotkeys, whatever. As long as you install that software, you can go into your system preferences and change that how you will. Alright, so before we get into the display on this thing, there is one more thing I wanted to cover, and that is the stand. Now, a lot of people like this, a lot of people don't like this, and I understand why. I'm not quite sure of my opinion, but I'll kind of show it to you guys and see what you guys think. So basically, you have this flat piece of metal with all these tabs you can lift up for different heights. So you have 3 different settings. And it is nice in the fact that when you put it up, it does not move. It will not slide down like its predecessor. It is very firm, so you can hold it in one spot, but it is really annoying to change sizes. So when I want to have it up on my desk as a display, and then I want to move it down to draw, it is quite annoying and quite cumbersome. Plus, it takes up a lot of space. But it is nice that it is detachable, and you can just take it right off and then just hold the thing in your lap, which is quite nice. But it is kind of hard to get used to, and I'm kind of waiting to see if they have any aftermarket like stands you could buy that'll be a little bit better. Would be pretty nice. Alright, so now we got that out of the way, let's get into the actual device itself, its functionality, and its display. So to turn the device on, there's a small button on the side that is going to turn on the indicator light so you know it's powering up. And once it's powered up, you will immediately see the difference in the display. The display on this thing is fabulous, and almost to a fault. And the reason I say almost to a fault is because the pixel resolution is so good that things are so small. The menu bar, the Photoshop icons, it's all like half the size that you'll be used to with your other screens or your previous Cintiq. So you get used to it pretty quick. But that is just the immediate thing that I saw and was a little bit taken aback by. But the thing that really sold it for me was the colors. The colors are drastically improved from the Cintiq 12WX, which is, for an artist like me and a graphic designer, it is the most helpful feature to be able to see colors the way they would really look, because on the old Cintiq, the colors were very like muted and not very contrasty. And so when I did a design on the Cintiq and moved it over to my iMac, the colors would drastically change, which is not what you want when you're doing graphic design. So this is definitely a huge selling point. And also the resolution, obviously. I can now upload my speed arts in 1080p, which is really nice because of this beautiful 1080 by 1920 by 1080. I know my resolutions here. So yeah, let's kind of get into the pen and how the actual pen on the display works, because that is quite a bit nicer than the other one as well. So let's open the pen box here, and in the pen box you'll see you have the pen, you have a bunch of extra nibs, and you also have these different colors. So I guess if you had multiple Wacom tablets, you'd be able to differentiate them by changing the color of your pen. You can screw off the tip and change the color. So kind of just a fun feature. Alright, so if you've never used a Wacom tablet or a Cintiq, I should probably run through a few things about how it actually works. Alright, so this is again Wacom's patented batteryless pen, which is really, really nice. I don't know what I would do if this thing had a battery. It would be much more annoying. But yeah, it is a batteryless pen, so you can just pull it right out of the box and start using it, which is really nice. And if you are a previous Cintiq user, you'll already know this, but I'm trying to cover as much as I can here. So anyway, the first thing I noticed when I was using the new Cintiq is the sensitivity levels have doubled. So that means that the harder you push, the thicker your lines are going to get, which is for art is really, really handy. But I just want to make sure I cover everything that I can in this video. So let's quickly run through the pros and cons of this new device. So far, I'm really liking it, but there is a few shortcomings that I'd like to mention. So let's go through the pros first. The pros, I would say, are the much sleeker design, the better display, better colors, and the much improved power supply and video cables. And the cons, I would have to say it is a little bit sluggish. It seems like it hasn't really improved much from the first one, and the hotkeys seem to freeze a little bit. So I'll give you an example. If I'm hitting undo a lot really fast, which I do a lot, you draw one line, you undo it. You draw one line, you undo it. It'll get stuck, and you'll have to manually like do the actual hotkey on your keyboard to get it unstuck, which is quite annoying. And it is kind of sluggish when you're doing those commands. It's not as zippy as the first one, in my opinion. And I'm not sure if this is because it puts up this little window in the corner, kind of saying what it's doing, and which is kind of nice. Not as nice for speed arts because it kind of is annoying to have that keep window popping up over and over. But I think that might have something to do with the sluggishness. So if you know how to turn that off, comment below, and I will do that, and I'll also put it in the description so you guys can also do that, because it is actually quite annoying. So another con I kind of brushed over already, but it is the stand. I am not so impressed with the quickness of being able to change the stand and its bulkiness. Now, I don't quite know if I would trade it for the old stand, because I did have a lot of problems with the old stand just sliding down, which was quite annoying, and this one does not do that, but it is also a lot more bulky, so you kind of got to give and take there. But I still think it's a con, and I'm looking for aftermarket like stands or cases or whatever I can find, but I haven't found anything yet. So again, if you find any of those, comment below, and I'll see if I can also add that to the description. But I think that pretty much wraps it up for this review. If you want any more information, be sure to tweet me at FinzGraphics on Twitter, and I'll be able to give it to you. And I might do another video in the future, kind of a versus video between this and the old one. But I don't know if it's really necessary. I think this is definitely a superior device compared to the 12WX. And if you are getting into doing this type of design, I would definitely recommend getting it. If it's your first tablet, I wouldn't really recommend going for the Cintiq. This thing does sell for around 1,000 something, depending on where you are, 1,200, 1,099, whichever. So definitely look into how much it is where you live. But it is definitely a lot of money to fork out for your first tablet. And I used a Wacom Bamboo for most of my art career so far, and it has done me really, really well. And I just recently upgraded to the Cintiq 12WX, which I didn't really like, so that's why I got the 13HD. And so far, I've been really happy with 13HD, so I would definitely recommend getting that. But it is a little overkill, like I said. So the Wacom Bamboos and the Intuos are both really great tablets for a much cheaper price. So yeah, I'll have all the links below to buy these things on Amazon, and I'll have Wacom's website as well linked in the description, so you can check out these awesome products. And that's pretty much it for this unboxing and review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like. It helps out a lot. And there'll be a few new speed arts coming out very soon on this channel. I keep trying to say that because I have a bunch of posters that I still haven't uploaded, but they'll be up very soon. So yeah, other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!